Hello, Dr. Evangelos Milonas at Kinetic Health. Today we'll be demonstrating PNF exercises for the neck. PNF stands for Proprioceptive Neuromuscular Facilitation. And it's a way of stretching that combines resistance with a stretch. The first one we'll demonstrate is flexion of the neck or the cervical spine. So we'll start out with flexion. And so what we'll have Leanne do is basically find her end range. So bring your chin forward. And as you can see, Leanne's quite flexible. So in someone with a neck problem, maybe halfway through they'd start to feel tension on the back of the neck. So find a spot where you feel some tension.
Okay.
Yeah, good. So that's our starting point. So you want to start at where you first feel a bit of restriction. Now we're going to take the hands and we're going to place them on the back of the head. And so the key to PNF is you're basically resisting or pushing opposite of the direction that you'll be stretching in. So Leanne's going to push back into her hands and resisting that motion with the hands for 5 seconds. Yeah, so start pushing. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now relax. Maintaining the head in the same position. You don't want to move from this position. Now pull gently forward with your hands. Do you start to feel a stretch?
Yeah.
As soon as you feel that stretch, you're going to hold it for 8 seconds. So once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good, and relax. So now from the second position, Leanne's going to push back into her hands again, resisting the motion with her hands. So push your head back. And we're holding that for a count of 5 again, 5 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Good. Now bring your head slowly forward. Good. Till you find the next spot of resistance there. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Good. So once again, we're holding in this position for 8 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. And relax. So what you would do is you would take it from the second position to a third and to a fourth. So you want to perform the stretch in 4 different positions. And what you will find as you do this is your range of motion will increase. And that's the whole point of the PNF stretch. Initially you'll feel some resistance, and then as you move through the different stages, you'll find that you'll be able to move even further. Just a great stretch for increasing neck range of motion. The next PNF exercise is extension of the neck. So we're going to have Leanne here place her hands on the front of her head. Perfect. And use your palms to kind of, right on top of the forehead, that'll give you a more stable platform there. Good. So Leanne's going to find her end range by extending backwards. Now do you feel it stretch on the front?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the starting point. So now you're going to push into the palms of your hands and resist the motion for 5 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, and relax. Without moving the head from this position, try to extend even further. There you go. Now, you can feel that stretch? Good. So we're going to hold this stretch for 8 seconds now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good, and relax. So you would work through 4 different stages of this stretch, combining the resistance for 5 seconds and then the stretch for 8 seconds. Making sure as you go into extension that you're moving back from each point. You don't want to move your head forward at any time. Just keep the motion moving back. And you'll see that you'll really effectively increase your extension and the range of motion. Great exercise. Now this next PNF exercise is for lateral flexion of the neck. So first off, you want to find your end range. So we're going to have Leanne bend her neck to one side, to the right. So do you feel that there?
Yeah.
So this would be the starting point for Leanne. Now, you don't have to work within her ranges of motion, of course. You gauge for yourself where you feel that tension, and that would be your starting point. Leanne's quite flexible, as you can see. Okay, so this being your starting point, you're going to use your right arm, and you're going to wrap the hand perfectly to the opposite side of the head. Good. So from here, push into the hand and resist the motion for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Now take it a little further into lateral flexion. You feel that?
Yeah.
Great. Now we're going to hold this stretch for 8 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Now you'd want to do this for 4 stages basically. So you'd start out with the first one, take it a little further, second, third, fourth. And of course, being lateral flexion, we're going to perform it on both sides. So let's go to the left, find your range of motion there. Are you feeling it there?
Mm-hmm.
Resistance? Perfect. So now Leanne would use the left arm. Exactly, perfect. Yeah. And once again, pushing into the hand for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And then relaxing without moving the head, you're going to pull it into a stretch. Perfect. Yeah. For 8 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. And now, so the second stretch would be from this point further, and then the third and the fourth once again. Making sure to do it on both sides for lateral flexion. Great exercise for increasing mobility. Now this next exercise is PNF stretching for rotation of the neck. So we're going to have Leanne find her range of motion again. So turning to this side, sure. Do you feel it at that point?
Yeah.
As you can see, once again, Leanne's got a really good range of motion. For some people, I just have you turn back a bit. That might be as far as they can go. So we'll have you turn. You're feeling the stretch there?
Yeah.
Where do you feel it exactly?
Right.
And that's where you should really feel it pulling in the opposite direction there. So we're going to use the right hand, and she's going to place it on the side of her head. So this is where the resistance is going to come from. As Leanne resists, she's going to turn in the opposite direction of the stretch. So we're going to have you turn and push into your hand with your head for 5 seconds. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And relax without moving the head from this position and take it further into a stretch. Feeling it there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now we're going to hold this stretch for 8 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. So from this point forward, we would take it once again. We would start with the 5 seconds of resistance and then the 8-second stretch. So you want to work through 4 stages of this stretch. And because it is rotation, we're going to work in the opposite direction as well. So have you turn the other way. Feeling it there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So now we're going to take this left hand, place it on the side of the head once again, and we're going to resist by pushing the head into the hand for 5 seconds. Okay, so
And
ready?
I'm turning my neck too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You want to create that rotation. So even though you're pushing with the head, the movement is coming from the neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, and relax. Now taking it a little further. Perfect. And now hold this stretch for 8 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. And once again, just like the left side, we would take the right side into 4 stages of this stretch, making sure we do both sides. Just a great way to improve mobility in the neck.